Great.
Hi, ladies. Welcome to Makeup Artist Chat Africa. Welcome, welcome. It's a pleasure to have you here. This is the third edition of the Cypress Chat and Kwanza Chat with people from across the continent in the industry. If you would like to introduce yourself and tell us where you're from and what you do. Let's start with Zoe.
Good evening. Thank you for having me. So I'm Zoe. My full names are actually Zoe Mitukula now. I'm from Zambia. I'm a full-time makeup artist. I do TV, film, all the way to just makeup for events, social events and stuff. I've been in the industry for like about 3 years now. So yeah, that's basically me. And my brand name is Zoe Pearls. So I'm Zoe Pearls.
Hey guys, evening.
Hi,
Hello, evening.
Hi, evening.
Good evening, hi.
My name is Tionge Mukwala and I'm a professional makeup artist. I'm based in Lilongwe and professionally I am a consultant. I run a small beauty business. It's called the Beauty House Malawi that provides upscale professional services and nail services too. I've been doing makeup professionally for about 2 years, but I've always done makeup. And that's basically it.
All right, great. So Tionge, what have you been up to for the last few months and how has COVID affected your business?
In the last few months, I've basically just tried to bounce back, tried to implement some COVID-19 precautionary measures with the services that I've been providing. Before this month, I wasn't really pretty sure of the impact of COVID-19 on my business. So it was a bit sloppy in terms of the dramatic strategies that I'd used. But from this month, I've kind of tried to put in some places. I've tried to implement some. So that's what I could say that I've been up to in the last few months.
And what have you been up to, Zoe, over the last few months, apart from preparing for your wedding?
So for the last few months, well, it's been really hectic. First of all, we had the lockdown, we had measures put in place. Those are the health measures put in place. So there was social distancing. Basically, there was us staying back at home. So I wasn't able to work for the past two months in full. But I have only on the side, I have been working on a certain project that really didn't need me to be out there or in front of people and stuff like that. So this project is for a film, which is scheduled for release later in 2 months' time. And also I have been doing some consultancy for skincare. So basically I've been working skincare. So that's having like people calling in and just doing online classes and stuff like that. So now I'm just trying to re-strategize and see how we can work around the new normal, which is the COVID-19, and see how we can just work with clients that we have to be up and personal with. So that's having clients now where I have to be with them and just have the contact and see how we can work around with the health measures put in place. So that's what I'm working on now. So basically I'm just re-strategizing away from my wedding. I'm just trying to re-strategize and set up now that I'm not in Zambia, but Malawi.
Okay. We know that you professionalize in TV production and film production makeup. Are people still recording series in Zambia? Are your services needed? What's going on in Zambia at the moment?
So in Zambia, people are recording but not like before. So what we're doing now is we're having fewer people on sets. So that's just like having, I'm still needed, my services is still needed. We're still working, but it's not like before. So now I just basically work on one person that's for a whole week. And then maybe just 2 to 3 people. We have like 4 people on set. Maybe there's just a production manager, there's a makeup artist, and there's the camera crew that's just a little away from everybody else. And then there's the cast. So yes, production is still taking place and we're still working.
Okay. So Tionge, I know that you like to travel and see your clients around Lilongwe. How's that been for you? Are people willing to let you into their homes to do their little beauty treatments? What's happening in Lilongwe? Tionge, are you there?
Okay. Oh, yeah, I'm here. In the beginning, it was kind of people did not really know what COVID-19 was actually about in Malawi, because would hear all these things that this dangerous virus and how it's affecting other people in other countries. So a lot of my clients were a bit unsure of COVID-19 in Malawi. So in the beginning, I had stopped all appointments when I heard that the country is going on lockdown, and when I heard that we had our first cases. So I completely stopped all operations. And then as the time was going by, as we were noticing, okay, cases are still rising, our death toll is still at its our death toll is still constant. That's when I tried thinking, okay, what measures can I take? And that's when I started calling other clients and seeing their take in this pandemic. And basically, demand is still slightly low, but I've been going to few houses and taking appointments.
Okay. And then what was I going to ask? So you're doing home calls with clients, but what safety measures have you put in place? Are your clients wearing masks? When you're doing nails, what safety measures have you put in place to protect yourself and the client?
So I've taken some few precautionary measures, such as disinfecting surfaces and disinfecting my makeup tools in each client session. I've been using disposable applicator spatulas and also spoolies that are not reusable. I've also been in each sessions, hand washing sessions before any other client that I take. I've also tried to use PPEs, such as I have my own face shield. I also have my own apron. But in terms of makeup, it's been quite difficult, because if you're in a makeup session with the client can't obviously use a mask. But in terms of nails, both me and my client are supposed to wear masks during our sessions. So those are the type of precautionary measures I've taken.
Okay, same goes to you, Zoe. What precautionary measures have you taken as a makeup artist? I know you have to wear the face mask and everything, so it's a bit difficult.
Yeah, so for me, I've taken almost the same steps. So when I'm handling my clients, I'm sanitizing and I'm asking them to sanitize. I disinfect my tools like regularly. I have different sets of brushes now because I can't use the same things on the same people. So now I use disposable spoolies. I use disposable sponges. It's just been a whole lot of disinfecting. And well, I wear my mask. I wear my apron as well. I have my clients cover as well. So yeah, and also I wear gloves now. So I don't have to touch people's faces. And yeah, so I'm trying to make clients as comfortable as possible because, and also I noticed when you sanitize in front of a client and disinfect in front of a client, they're getting more comfortable because they're aware that you're aware there's COVID and you're taking safety measures, and also they're feeling safer. So yeah. And for in cases where I'm done with the work with my client and they're still with me, I'm having them wear a mask, as difficult as that is. But yes, because that's for set makeup. As long as we're still in the same environment and we're still around each other, there's masks to be worn throughout. So those are the measures we're taking.
Okay, that's interesting. So you now started wearing gloves. You never used to wear gloves.
It's so difficult to work with gloves because I'm so used to having
really
the contact.
difficult.
Yes,
it's so difficult. It's actually so difficult because like gloves are very I don't know about you, Zoe, but in terms of like palettes, when you're mixing like your concealers or trying to contour, I usually use the back of my hand to actually like cream, like to warm up my creams and all that. So using gloves has been very impossible. In the beginning, I actually thought that, okay, maybe let me try this, because I've always used gloves in terms of when I'm using them for nails, but I've never actually used them for makeup. So how is that going? Gloves and makeup.
So like you, I also like to warm up my products just at the back of my palm, of my hand, sorry. So what I do now is I put it on a palette, on a glass palette. So I mix it from there because there it's easy for me to wipe off the foundations and wipe off my product and also just sanitize in front of the client. So it's very difficult because, you know, surgical gloves obviously are also slippery. So to hold my brushes, to hold my pencils, it's really been difficult, but well, we're working through it.
Okay. I know that makeup artists play a very integral role in fashion shows and with working with designers as well. But it looks like for the present future, we won't be having any fashion shows due to safety reasons, obviously for the models and things. How do you think that the fashion space is going to change for you as a makeup artist?
I think personally that the demand for makeup artists won't really change. Of course, there'll be a significant decrease in terms of the demanded amount of makeup artists present at each fashion show. But I feel like fashion shows now are gonna go digital, whereby we have a digital atmosphere of presented fashion, clothing. So in terms of the makeup artist, I think the makeup artist will only be present when maybe one model or maybe few models are presenting clothes, but I don't think there'll be actually the traditional way whereby, you know, you have 4 makeup artists in a set and then you have the audience in front and behind per se. So I feel like there's going to be a transformation in how fashion shows are going to be conducted. So that's also going to affect makeup artists also in a way of reducing the numbers of makeup artists that can be present at each show. I don't know about you, Zoe. Do you agree with this?
Yeah, I actually do agree. For me, just at the beginning of this year, I had 3 fashion shows I was supposed to be working on. But because of the COVID, things have rescheduled, things have been cancelled, and stuff like that. There is a significant reduction of requiring makeup artists because of also the fact that things are changing and things have changed. So for me, I think the makeup artists and makeup industry is really affected, and it's still going to get affected because as much as I do agree with you that things have really taken a slide on the digital side, but I feel the presence of makeup artists now is really just at a low point, because I have like the makeup artists in Zambia, we have a certain platform where we exchange clients, we share intel and details, and from there we have noticed having clients shows and stuff like that has not been the same. Even after like the measures have changed, there's no lockdown anymore. There's a few openings for events, a few openings for gatherings and stuff. Still, people are taking measures. Still, people don't want to have somebody come and touch their face. Even for shows, people don't want to put models at risk. So until a later stage, I think we're still taking the hit as makeup artists.
I know that there's
I really agree.
Yeah. So talking about supply chains and access to makeup, with no flights going cross countries, how are you finding the flow of your makeup supply, of the products that you use?
Well, personally for me. Sorry, Tionge, you can.
Okay, you go, Zoe. You go first.
Thank you. So for me, I have had a challenge even just securing products. Firstly, because I'm not the only one who wants to secure excess products, and also the cash flow to just secure extra at this point is just a little, it's a little bit shaky. So for me, my suppliers ran out. Like, they don't have products coming in. If they do, it's just at a scheduled period, which was not the case as before, because I could just walk up to a drugstore and pick up what I want and I'm done. I don't have to think about not finding products or running out of products. But now that's something that I'm dealing with, and it's really affecting my work, because as it is now, I'm out of 3 foundations. So that's for 3 different shades. And I can't buy foundation because for some, there's nothing coming in. For some, they're completely just run down. The businesses are shutting down. It's really just been a drag. I don't know about you, Tionge.
Unfortunately enough, is that when it comes to makeup, our stock turnover is very low. So if you're looking at, if you stock, example, in January, 3 foundations, you're able to probably use them for the entire year. So fortunately enough, I'm a person who stocks a lot of makeup. So I haven't really been affected by that, fortunately enough. So stock that I bought last year is still I still probably think it will last me the entire year. So fortunately enough, I haven't really been affected on that. But in terms of like in the later stage where you want to maybe try something new, I feel like there will be a lot of hiccups in that, because shipping now is taking longer than the normal average. So in terms of buying products, that would be a very difficult task.
Okay. The other thing I was going to ask is, have you looked into actually starting to make your own makeup, like for example, lipsticks and face powders going forward as brands?
I don't know where you could actually start, because I feel like that's another course on its own. But no, I have not thought of that. I've thought of maybe other ways in terms of like spoolies. Try maybe making your own spoolies for cream products. But in terms of making makeup products as a commodity on its own, no, I have not thought of that.
And you, Zoe? Zoe, are you there?
I think she's paused.
I think her iPhone has crashed.
No, is it still running?
Okay, we can hear you.
We can hear you, but we can't
But,
see you.
yeah. So it's either you can switch off your video call if you have poor connection right now.
Okay, on to the next question. So obviously the pandemic has affected your brand pretty much negatively for the first few months, but now you're adjusting to the new normal. What are you looking forward to doing the rest of the year and moving forward as brands?
Okay, as a brand, I am looking forward to maybe to implementing maybe digital ways of how I can communicate with customers to help them understand, you know, how we can move forward after. Yes, we can.
So we can
Wesley, maybe you can go back. Maybe you could go back to the question so she's not lost.
Okay, the question was, going forward as brands, what do you intend on doing? What do you intend on changing?
Can you see me?
Zoe, did you hear that? Okay, Tionge, you can continue because you were in the middle of saying something.
Okay, so going forward from now, I do want to go more digital in terms of my communication with my customers. So maybe creating a direct e-commerce link that I did not connect before coronavirus. So basically, advising customers and letting them understand more about the pandemic, as well as understanding, you know, that during the sessions they'll be well protected. I also want to go more in innovative, accelerative ways in terms of maybe more disposable appliances, in terms of maybe mascaras, and also strategizing in terms of how I can move forward as a brand in terms of more advertising, promotions. Because right now, after, I don't know if I can say after, but after the lockdown, it seems that more companies were emerging that were, okay, how can I say this? But I just feel like informing more and advertising more.
Which is obviously means you'll be using your social media quite a lot to do a lot of advertising things. The last question I have is actually on the list of questions that I sent through. How are you working with corporate companies and providing services?
How am I sorry?
How are you working with corporate companies and providing services to corporate?
Ladies, are you still able to hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yes, we can. I think you should switch off your video. That way your connection will be better, Zoe.
My connection seems to...
Yeah, if you switch off your video call.
Okay.
My phone.
Wesley, I also okay, while we're waiting for Zoe, another point that I probably missed was also I'm thinking of having more visionary and productive chats with other artists to share other experiences behind this pandemic. So you know, we have inclusive chats, and then, you know, help each other to
find solutions.
Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Hello? Yes, to find solutions.
Yeah. Because you're all pretty much going through the same thing, but you're not communicating
we are,
with each other cohesively. So that's pretty much one of the reasons why this platform was created, is to highlight people in the industry who haven't we haven't had a conversation with. I mean, there's been a lot of conversations about musicians and actors, but the people behind the scenes have been really affected, and there's no conversation and there's no dialogue behind it, hence the chat sessions. Yeah. I think we've lost Zoe permanently. I hope she comes back in a second, but otherwise, I think for me, that's pretty much all the questions I had for the session. Is there anything you wanted to discuss or talk about?
Not really.
Not really. Okay.
Yeah, I think everything that we talked about was covered.
But I have some really exciting news. I'm actually making facial toners and cleansers.
Facial, sorry?
Toner.
Oh, okay.
Is
it under the PR? Is it under the PR brand?
No, it will be under Kwanza Essentials, which is the other brand.
Okay.
So I've got a toner.
I would really want to try that.
And I've got a lip balm.
A lip balm?
Yeah. And a body balm.
You have okay. Okay.
Yeah. Zoe, you're back.
Okay.
We can see you're back.
And are these naturally made products? Can you elaborate?
100% natural, no chemicals, it's all natural products.
Okay. I would love to have a picture and have a look at it. Look at them.
We'll send through a sample probably in the next 2 weeks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And am I sure that my skin is gonna look like your skin? Because I know you have really good skin.
Well, the new thing is
I need some, I need some assurance.
I mean, it's gotten rid of quite a few of the dark spots that I had on my face. That's what it's helped with a lot.
Oh, great.
Okay.
Yeah. Zoe, you're back?
I'm back. Sorry, the internet did some stuff again, so I was lost for a while.
To ask you the last question, which is going forward, what do you expect? Where do you expect to see your brand going forward for the rest of the year?
For the rest of the year, because I'm re-strategizing and just trying to implement new things, I'm seeing my brand growing, because now I want to enter into full-time hair styling as well. So I'm also just working on a few makeup products. I am looking to release a line of lashes and lip liners. So that's what I'm that's what I'm working for towards the end of the year. By just to have like a deadline. So my goal was by October I should be set up and running. And because of COVID, I'm looking at December. So December, I probably would have fully set up.
Okay. Right, ladies.